Hello everyone and welcome to the very first playthrough on this channel. Caesar 3 as a kid was one of the first games I've played and probably the one thing that started my love for video games, and that was like, I don't know, more than 20 years ago, around 2000. So I found it fitting, if I were to start a new YouTube channel, to start with the playthrough of the game that pretty much inspired me in this journey, so to say, and maybe it will help me rediscover the love for video games I had as a child. So, especially when I found out that there's a new open source remake of Caesar 3 called Augustus, and I've seen a few videos which fixed a few of the bugs that I remembered as a kid and all that, made me really curious to try it. So here we go. Caesar 3 Augustus playthrough. We're playing on hard. Let's see how this goes. We're gonna go ahead and start a new career. And let's input our name. Gonna go ahead with Lunar Cat as my name. Let's continue.
Let your governorial training begin. First, you must learn the basics of constructing Roman settlements. Build areas of housing, and you'll soon see people move into your city. You can click and drag the mouse to build lengths of path at once. Plan paths carefully, with as few intersections as possible, to ensure people will walk where you want them to. At every intersection, walkers must choose which way to go. Each intersection lessens your control over their actual routes.
Okay, so this first mission is more of a tutorial mission, like the goal is really manageable. I remember when I first started playing this game, it was on my aunt's PC and she didn't have the full version, she just had the demo one. So the only thing we got were the first two missions. So I used to play them and replay them over and over again until I eventually got bored of them. Wait, this isn't right. And what I did as a kid, first let me check my modify my whatchamacallit, the setting with I don't like the way it shows when I'm deleting a tree that's square around it. Is there any way to stop that, since I don't up. It's got a lot of settings, interesting settings that I didn't can't see it right now. I'll check it out later. Anyway, the one thing I did was always create a five blocks width housing block. I don't know why I got used to this. So, and to honor my childhood, so to say, I'm gonna repeat the same strategy and have my first housing grid be a classic 5 width housing block. In later missions, I'm gonna try and mix and match a few different housing block styles, but for this one, I'm gonna go ahead with the basic. And also, of course, we have to put on some wells. Whoa, this is amazing. It actually shows the whatchamacallit, the... Okay, I really don't like this, how asymmetrical this is. So I'm gonna go ahead and maybe expand this one a bit. I like things being symmetrical, especially in regards to wells, so let's do this, and then this and this. Okay, we see that our citizens are moving in. Let's see what they have to say.
Is it a good place to live?
I'm afraid, my friend, you are mistaken. There's absolutely no food in here, but you have to make do. You can forage for, I don't know what's there to be foraged in 340 BC. And I didn't even know where this tutorial mission actually is located. Actually, as a kid, I always thought it was Rome, but it wouldn't really make sense, it being the year 340 BC. So I love this overlay that Augustus brings. Finally, first fire. Guess I'm the first person in history to actually be excited for for a fire going on, but oh well. Let us build a prefecture. So yeah, my whole city is gonna burn down. I'm gonna be like Nero, playing my harp over a city of flames. So the way the prefecture works, that it sends out this prefect, which his purpose is not only extinguishing fires but also fighting crime. Quite a departure from for the next games, because afterwards they would pretty much split those into two different roles and two different buildings. But for this one, the prefect fits this dual role of fireman and policeman at the same time. But at least some new people are moving in. They haven't heard the memo that this whole city is burning. Fortunately. I'm gonna go ahead and fill those back in, even though it. Okay, first collapse. So this with this event, we get introduced to the engineer's post and also to the Senate, which I'm not sure we'll use for anything in this scenario. So, engineer's post, the engineer does pretty much the same thing as the as the prefect does, which is sends out an engineer to verify the structural integrity of the buildings, to check to stop them from collapsing. So fire and collapse are two of the things that could happen to your buildings if they're not checked out thoroughly. And also we also have the Senate unlocked, so let us build it here. I think this is enough space. Oh, oh, that's nice. We get introduced to roadblocks. That's amazing. I always miss those in Caesar 3, where I had to always use gatehouses. And let us build the Senate. We didn't have enough corruption in our city beforehand, so let us fix that. Hey, that looks way better, except this shitty house. Dude, you live so close to the Senate, why are you so unhappy? And pleasing the gods. This is the last event of this this. Oh, I forgot about that. So, Augustus introduces this neat little thing where you can just get a temple for. Oh shit! It doesn't work. If I remember correctly, if I place down a temple, it's gonna. No, it doesn't. Sorry. Uh, anyway, all these impression games also have this religion mechanic where you have gods that watch over your city and would get angry if you're not worshipped properly. Sort of like a tyrannical ruler, so to say. And there are 5 gods in this game. Never mind, we got promoted. Anyway, to finish, there are 5 gods in this game: Ceres, Neptune, Mercury, Mars, and Venus, and all of them provide with quite different buffs, depending on if they're worshipped properly, and also different curses if they're not. But we have been promoted. We are clerics, I guess. That's not exactly the greatest promotion there is, but it's a promotion nonetheless. I'll accept it.
Congratulations! You have grasped the basics to my satisfaction. In the interest of advancing your education, I have one more gentle assignment for you. Onward to Brundisium.
Let's go to Brundisium, guys.
Your priorities should be security, housing, food, and water in that order. Without housing and food, new immigrants will not move into your city. Rome now wishes your city to grow food. Build a farm on fertile land. Look for the yellow tufts that indicate this. Connect it to housing with a path. If the housing is too far away, the farm will not get access to labor. Build a granary near to the farm and make sure that it too has access to labor. When the wheat is ripe, a cart will carry it to the granary. Gradually, the granary will fill up. The fewer empty windows you can see, the fuller the granary is.
Also some discussion about the markets, but the narrator never bothered to read that. So afterwards, there's also a market where sends out a buying lady to get the food from the granary and other goods that need to be got from the granary anyway. And afterwards, another market lady sends them to the populace, as you can see in this photo. Anyway, let us begin. So this is the second demo mission there was. And for this one, I remember I always used to build my city like this, across this, across this line. So I'll do the same here, just to honor my childhood memories. So let's go ahead and make them like this, with a well here, another one here, another one here. And because of that, let us cut off this neighborhood right here, and start adding the houses. Afterwards, I'm gonna put on a reservoir here and use the when it'll be unlocked. But for now, wells will have to do. And while our citizens are coming into our city, let us start the food production. So can go something like this. Let us place the wheat farms while our citizens are moving in, and I'll start right here. And also, yeah, sure. No. Actually, no. I'm gonna have the granary right here. And let us build the granary first. And afterwards, we're gonna have the... And our citizens are moving in. Great. Until then, let us also build a market and use our newfound functionalities in Augustus to also place down a roadblock at the end of the road. And wheat is already flowing. Our first harvest is on the way. What's the unemployment situation? Oh, 50%. Let us rectify this by adding a few more wet wheat farms. This should be enough, right? Also, and I forgot one of the most important parts of any city builder, the fire prevention and the collapse prevention. And I'm gonna do the same thing around on the other side. There we go, providing water. So what this unlocks is the clean water part of the city builder. Like, we're gonna have reservoirs and aqueducts and fountains. As any Roman history aficionado knows, aqueducts are quite the backbone of the... Oh, and I forgot one thing about the fountains. They have higher range than the... So I can do one here and one here and have an aqua. First of all, let's do this road here, because otherwise it's gonna cut off our our water source, and then we can add out the fountains. Do we have enough? We have enough water for the whole neighborhood. Great. And also some food. So we should go ahead and start adding some temples. So with Ceres here, Neptune I like to put somewhere next to the water, so right here would do. Mercury with the god of commerce, so let's put him quite close to the industry. Okay, another event, growing your city. More buildings, pet houses, gardens, theaters, and obviously actor colonies for the theaters for the theater performers. But first and foremost, let me put on the temples, and then we can go ahead and beautify our city with placing some nice gardens around here. That ought to be enough, yeah. Let us actually cut off these ugly houses and place down a theater right inside the housing block. I think they like that. And maybe have a reactor colony on the other side, right here. Other than that, we're gonna have to add a school and a bathhouse. But let's wait for a second because we still have some unemployment in our city. One really cool thing about this game, let me show you this. If you right-click this actor.
I work as hard as I can, but there's still nothing like enough entertainment in this town.
Not just they have really, like, I love the intonation in their lines and all that, but also all their names are Latinized names of famous actors. Like, this is obviously Robert Redford. And also I think engineers have some pretty funny names.
Hard day's work.
Yeah.
All I want is to see a good play or fight. Not much chance of that in this city.
Yeah, like this one is Henry Cavendish, I think. So that's a really nice Easter egg this game has. I really enjoyed this, and I like how it shows that they really had fun with making this game.
I work as
And
hard
look,
as I
we have
can,
Gregory Peck
but
here
there's still
as
nothing
well.
like enough entertainment in this town.
You have a theater here, but is there not enough not enough entertainment? Anyway, let us also make some educate these fools. Children's generations for now will rue my name for placing down the first school in existence right here in Brundisium. I'm sorry, kids, just had to be done. And the last thing we can build right now is a bathhouse, which we're gonna do right here. And there's one more building we haven't built in this, in this level yet, which is a Senate. So let us rectify this right now by placing it. Oh, taxes and industry. Let us place the and what does this unlock? Okay, so forum sends tax collectors to collect money for our city, and industry can create clay and pottery. You can pause and read it if you want. I'm not going to. Anyway, so let's start with the taxes, which means creating a forum. I'm gonna do it here on the other side of the housing block, and then industry. Industry is probably the backbone of city builders. Like the money you get through commerce is essential in having a functioning city. So what we're gonna do is create a warehouse right here. Add some clay pits. 1, 2, 3 ought to be enough. Clay pits have to be right next to the water, otherwise they wouldn't work. And pottery. Let's go ahead and make 4 of them, I guess. And obviously a prefecture and an engineer's post, since we wouldn't want these to burn down. And I think we need to remove these roadblocks since, yeah, from what I see, citizens cannot walk through them. So in order for them to access labor, we need to have them access our housing block directly. This should be enough, probably. This should be close enough. I think I'll create another market right here as well to further enhance distribution, since from what I see, our granary is already overfilled. And this is the world map right now. As you can see, we are Brundisium. I think the current name is Bari, if I remember correctly, and as you can see, the Roman Republic now is quite small. We don't even have the whole of Italy, and there's just 3 cities that are important enough to show on the map. This one is Tarentum, and this one is Capua. And the nice thing about Capua is that we can trade with them, and we have the option of opening up the trade route, which we'll do just now. And also Mediolanum and Syracuse are distant cities, they're not part of our republic just yet. Let's see what we can trade for so far. Wheat, it's a good trade. We have too much anyway. Shit, didn't mean to do that. And we're also going to export pottery and weapons when the time is right. Actually, can I start them right now? Yes, I can apparently. So let us also import clay. Oh, you can choose how much to import. That's great. Just four for now. Export all pottery, export all weapons, and export some of the pottery. Let's say over four. Okay. Now that we set up our trades, we can just wait for the next event, I guess. These caravans are probably going to sell us some iron. Hopefully. No, they just passed on by. They don't care about our city. Maybe these ones would be more generous. There we go. And now we just wait for the next event to show up, which probably when we'll have pottery in our warehouses. There we go. This is the last event of this this level, trade with the Empire. Fortunately, there was this bug, and apparently they haven't fixed it in Augustus, where you already have access to all the trade in before this event fires up, and I already had access. But this is the last one now. People should be coming into the city. Yes, there we go. Let me save it as Brundisium. There we go. And we just wait for the people to show up, and we'll win this level. In the demo version, you had to have like 300 more citizens, like 950, but now 6500 6 650 is enough to win the level and be promoted to engineer. Accept promotion.
You learn quickly. You now have the skills to complete a real assignment. From now on, you can choose your career's direction. Take the more peaceful province to concentrate on governing, or the more dangerous one to confront Rome's enemies.
Alright, so what I will do is go through both of the levels for both of the versions for each level, so to say. So I'll take also I take the military and the peaceful province as well, and that's mainly the reason I saved the game before ending it. I wanted to have a starting point for choosing the next level. So yeah, next episode will be probably about Capua, since I tend to do the peaceful province first and then the military one. Uh, all right, so I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, homies.